Welcome to the final part of the tutorial series where we'll be doing the scripting and making our character the main playable character. Keeping UDK open, we don't want to close this because we need to reference some of the names from this. So we're just going to minimize it. Now we want to navigate to Start, My Computer, then we want to go to C Drive, UDK, UDK Install, Development, SRC, and here this is where we create our scripting structure. So we're going to right click, go New, Folder, and we'll call this Batman. Be wary, you can't have your scripting name the same name as your package. As you can see, our package is called Batman Game. So we're calling our scripts Batman. The reason is if you name them the same, the compiler will just start crashing and it won't work. So you need to have your scripting file structure different to your package's file name. We're going to go inside the Batman folder. We're going to go right click, New, Folder. I'm going to call it Classes. And then go inside here. Now this folder will contain all our scripts to reference. So we're going to go right click, New, Text Document. And we're going to call this Batman Game Info. And then New, Text Document, Batman Pawn. And then last one, New, Text Document, Batman Replication Info. Okay, that's our file structures done. So we're going to start off with Batman Game Info. Just double click it. And at the top here, we're going to write class Batman Game Info extends UT game. And then the colon. If we don't add the colon, the scripts won't compile correctly, just so keep that in mind. We're going to drop down 2 lines and write default properties. And then we're going to do the funny little bracket symbol. Hit space a couple of times and write map prefixes bracket 0 bracket equals quote BM quote. This is basically when we build our scripts out for a final game, it will automatically set the prefix for those scripts to this name. So BM standing for Batman. So we're going to drop down the line, hit space a couple of times and write default pawn class equal class and then Batman pawn. So that's now referencing our Batman pawn script. Now we need to reference our replication script. So we're going to write player replication info class equals class and then Batman replication info. So now that's referencing both our scripts we created. It's referencing our default pawn class script, and it's going to reference our player replication info class script. Now we can drop down the line and we need to do the funny bracket because we need to tell it that it's finished, that sequence, that's the finish of the default properties. We're going to go to the top, file, save. Now we're going to open up Batman Pawn and start writing the script in for this. So at the top we want to write class Batman Pawn extends UT Pawn. So now this Batman Pawn script is extending into the Unreal script itself, and all we're doing is we're going to change some default properties of that script so it loads up our stuff. So we're going to drop down 2 lines, default properties, put the little funny bracket in again, drop down another line, and this time we're going to write begin object class equal name equal W pawn skeletal mesh component. Then we're going to drop down another line, anim tree template equal. So now this is why we keep UDK open. So if we go back up to UDK, go to our anim tree, right click it and go copy full name to clipboard, and then just paste it in the equals. So now it's referencing our anim tree. Now drop down a line and write end object. So now we're ending this script. and then the funny little bracket again. Click save. Now it's time to do our last script in here, our replication info. So at the top, what we want to write again, as you've gathered the idea, is class Batman replication info extends UT player replication info. Now we're going to drop down 2 lines, same again, type in default properties. And funny little bracket, drop down another line, and we're going to write car class info equal class, and then UT game dot UT family info underscore Batman. And then drop down and end this line. So this is a script that we're going to create in a minute. This will contain our skeletal mesh info, our Adam set info, and our physics info. So we're going to click File, Save, close this. Now UDK won't read .txt files, so we need to rename the .txt to .uc. So we're going to rename each one of these files we just created and have them all .uc extensions so that UDK will read them. Now with that done, it's time to do our family info. So we're going to go back to the source folder and then go to UT game, go to classes, and in here is where we're going to create our new, I'm going to write UT family info underscore Batman. And then double click it. And at the top we're going to write UT family info underscore Batman extends UT family info. So now it's extended into the family info. What we're going to write is abstract, then the colon. Then drop down another couple of lines, write default properties. And funny little bracket, drop down another line. Now we're going to write family ID equals Batman. And then faction equal good. And now basically the ID of this has become Batman, and we've told the game that the faction is good. So if it was a death match, it would know what's good and bad. So we're going to drop down another couple of lines and write character mesh equals. Now we're going to go back to UDK, highlight our skeletal mesh, right click it, go copy full name to clipboard, and then just paste it in after the equal, which will paste the name in with the correct file structure. Now I'm going to drop down another line and write phys asset equal, and then we'll go back to UDK, copy the full name of our physical assets, then paste it in after the equals again. Then Adam sets bracket 0 bracket equal, then back to UDK, copy our full name for our Adam set, and then paste it in. And then the funny little bracket to close it off. So this script's ended, so we got our family ID set, we got it referencing our character mesh, reference our physical asset and our Adam set. So all we need to do now is rename our UT family info to .uc at the end, so UDK recognizes it. Now we've got one last thing to do before we compile the script. So if we go back to our main UDK install and then go UDK game, config, and open up default engine. Now you should see a line saying Unreal Editor engine. In here we're going to drop down a line and write plus mod edit packages equal Batman, and then save it. So now this is telling UDK to load our scripts as soon as the game loads. So we can close UDK, close our scripts. Now if we reload UDK header, we get this little dialog popping up saying scripts are outdated and would you like to rebuild them now? We just click yes, and then the script compiler comes up. Now we have to sit here and wait for this, and that should say success 0 warnings and 0 errors. That's perfect. So now we close that and open UDK editor again. And now to test if this works, just gonna go up to the top and go View, World Properties, change the default game type to Batman Game Info, and then the pie type to Batman Game Info. I'm gonna click the little play button, and then I'm just gonna write the command by pushing tab and writing behind view. And there you go. You can see that the main character has been replaced by the Batman model with all the anim sets and all the anim trees working perfectly. And that is how you get a custom character with custom animations, with custom scripts as the main character. I hope this tutorial helped you, and thank you for watching.